The long story short is, if and when Ethereum successfully moves onto proof of stake, they will launch a rudimentary version of CBC CASPER. Many years later, they hope to achieve full consensus based on CBC CASPER. In the meantime, CBC CASPER is live, it's here. We have actual governments building on top of CASPER. We have, enterprises. We have, so many really interesting things building already on top of the first version of CBC CASPER.
What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. I hope you really enjoy this video because we're going to dive into CASPER. We'll be touching on some of the partnerships along with the investors behind this project. If you'd like to see another in-depth video I did, I uploaded this one on September 16th. CASPER, the Layer 1. As we know, CASPER Network is currently partnered with a company called WiseKey and they're traded on the NASDAQ today. And just one great use case right here is WiseSat.space constellation launched with SpaceX. That enables the direct connection of satellites to IoT devices. WiseKey will soon have so many satellites in orbit that data from IoT devices anywhere on Earth can be saved and protected on the blockchain. And as you can see, WiseKey is using CASPER Network for their NFTs along with the data being stored on CASPER's blockchain. A few other examples would be CASPER recently joining the Hyperledger Foundation, along with speaking at Davos, the World Economic Forum, providing the CASPER Labs IBM presentation. Along with CASPER's blockchain being one of the chosen blockchains for the city of Fuzhou in China, with China's blockchain service network, which is also on Hyperledger's foundation alongside Hedera, Quant, and Ripple, expanding throughout the UAE, and additional blockchain initiatives within the government of Telangana in India. And if you have time, I definitely recommend watching this entire interview of one of the co-founders of CASPER. This gentleman is Scott Walker, interviewed by Amir. So be sure to check out this video and subscribe to Cryptoverse, and I'm going to be sharing a few clips.
What you'll actually learn and what you'll find out from CASPER is a testnet off of the main chain is a massive value. And the best example I can give you is, everyone knows Polkadot, okay? Polkadot has a testnet, okay, called KSM, Kusama, okay?
Yeah.
And the KSM testnet trades at a percentage of the mainnet of Polkadot. However, the same way that KSM is let's call it the testnet for the main chain Polkadot, CBC CASPER, which is actually launched and live and running on the CASPER blockchain, could become the testnet for the main Ethereum chain. They would never merge. There will always be an Ethereum chain. There will always be a CBC CASPER on CASPER. So the question is, will Ethereum succeed or fail? And in my opinion, the answer is, I think it's in the best interest of CASPER and the CASPER holders that Ethereum succeeds and becomes the winning chain, and CASPER, CBC CASPER, currently launched on the CSPR token, would become kind of like the smart contract platform that every developer in the world would want to be building on prior to moving to the main Ethereum chain. So I've always believed in that, and I think there's a really good chance that that's how it will play out.
I absolutely love that clip. I love that analogy that Scott shared of comparing the Kusama testnet to Polkadot. And today, Kusama basically has 4.8% or 5% of Polkadot's total market cap. Now, during the bull run, sometimes it's a lot higher, sometimes it's a little lower. It really depends on the dev interest in the space as well. And I like the comparison of CASPER being that, in quotes, testnet for Ethereum. And as we know, Ethereum's all-time high market cap surpassed 500 billion. That was $500 billion. And we've been watching Ethereum, fluctuate under $100, then go over $4,000, and now coming back under $1,500. And I personally believe that Ethereum is here to stay. And as Scott said, who is also an early Ethereum investor, said he believes, and this is just an opinion, that it is in CASPER's best interest that Ethereum survives and thrives. And I'm trying to imagine if CASPER did serve as that type of testnet or developer type of network, even though it has the capacity to actually be the main chain as well. Could you imagine CASPER even having 5% of Ethereum's market cap, even 1%? Because I'm under the impression that Ethereum does in fact create a new all-time high price in the years ahead. And I hold a variety of L1s. Layer 1s are risky. It's highly competitive. I'm rooting for Hedera. I'm rooting for Algorand. I hold several, but CASPER today is one of my heaviest positions, specifically because of the price chart. It's a younger asset. From the all-time low price of Algorand, we've still done over a 20x. From the all-time low price of Hedera, we've done over a 50x in the past few years. And CASPER's been around for just over 1 year. It has never experienced a bull run, was launched at the top of the market, and we've just been in a crazy downtrend. Now, luckily, all the pre-sale tokens have been sold out. I'm hoping that the selling pressure does in fact slow down, and we find a ground floor price for CASPER as utility is being built. Now, looking at Ethereum's market cap on CoinTrader, you can see the all-time high price was well over 500 billion, actually en route to $600 billion. And if you believe that Ethereum does in fact create a new all-time high price, I think you could entertain the possibility of Ethereum reaching a $1 trillion market capitalization. Bitcoin reached a $1 trillion market cap all on its own with a store of value narrative, and Ethereum is essentially the father, the mother of DeFi, powering all these decentralized applications. My argument is whether or not you like Bitcoin or Ethereum, no project is perfect. Ethereum powers most of decentralized finance today. So if you're rooting for crypto, you should also root for Ethereum to do very well. If the recent merge for Ethereum did not do well and it actually just crashed and they failed and it was just a big crash and burn, every single crypto investor would be in trouble. Now today, the ETH market cap used to be over 500 billion. Today, during this bear market, we are over 160 billion. Now, using that same analogy that Scott used for Kusama is the test network for Polkadot, and we're talking today roughly 5% of DOT's market cap, let's actually apply that to CASPER and Ethereum. So last year, when Ethereum's market cap was over $500 billion, what would 5% of that $500 billion valuation be? That's approximately $25 billion. And you can see today the market is down crazy. Some alts are down 90%, if not more. XRP has a $23 billion market cap. We have Cardano at a $15 billion market cap, and even Solana just under a $12 billion market cap. And looking at Solana's previous market cap, that was close to $80 billion. And it was not just Solana, it was a variety of assets in the top 10, even the top 20 as layer 1s. So with that previous example, that was discussing CASPER with a $25 billion market cap. And using marketcap.com, we can see CASPER's current price under 3 cents with the market capitalization of Ethereum today. That would be a $26 CASPER, roughly an 896x return from today. Here's an asset that has close to a $25 billion market cap, so let's just pick XRP right now. It was just at a $25 billion market cap the other day. So that would be almost a $4 CASPER, still over a 133x return from today's price. And remember, XRP is primarily for payments. I know that we have DeFi and different automated market makers probably on the way along with different NFT functionality, but for the most part, I consider XRP a use case for payments, at least right now. Not that it can't go compete with other layer 1s. I hold a bunch, I'm rooting for it, of course. But in terms of these younger L1s that have promising potential with under a $200 million market cap, CASPER definitely has my attention. Now, I know during interviews a few months ago, it was confirmed that CASPER has over 82 full-time employees, whereas there's a lot of projects with maybe 15 to 20 employees. And there were a bunch of giants backing and investing in this project early on. Why else do you think that CASPER, a new layer 1 on the street, was already speaking at the World Economic Forum alongside some of the biggest, most well-known crypto projects? We have Arrington XRP Capital. We also have Tim Draper, and I love that clip of Tim Draper putting Gary Gensler in his place. Incredibly deep ties with Switzerland. But at the same time, CASPER has a lot to prove because it is building its own virtual machine. It is not just leveraging Ethereum's. This is a real project. This is not a cash grab. They're looking to build something that will radically change the game. And as the CEO Renell said, the goal is for CASPER's blockchain, the entire network, to be at full capacity over the next 5 to 8 years. So they're thinking very long term. Now, one thing that makes me feel better despite a lot of competition in the layer 1 space is that CASPER, for a fact, has plenty of funding to survive the coming years. Whereas I can't say the same for other layer 1 projects, specifically the newer ones. Now, looking at the CASPER price chart, we had the pre-sale, the ICO, at 1.5 cents all the way down here and also at 3 cents. It did a similar fractal to Glimmer, a huge pump on a few exchanges and then everybody dumping their tokens all at once. And since then, it has just been a crazy downtrend, a crazy phase of distribution. And I personally believe, not financial advice, that we are in a heavy accumulation phase. Now, if you saw my previous video discussing CASPER, the layer 1, I highly recommend checking that out if you've yet to see it. I just want to talk about the price chart really quick. Right now, we can see when CASPER launched right at 3 cents. And you can see that level, it came all the way back down to that level, wicked to perfection, right on 3 cents to exact, right there, and just riding this level. We've yet to break through. And in the previous 27-minute video I uploaded of CASPER, I discussed the 8% inflation rate and how that could affect price, and is that a good thing or a bad thing for a utility token. So definitely check that out. Now, mapping levels that we know that there were pre-sale and ICO prices, so 1.5 cents, and let's just look at that level. Now, if you're super bearish and you believe that the Bitcoin price chart creates another low, crashing and backtesting previous levels around 14 to 15,000, then I would definitely entertain this possibility, but that would require another 50% drop from here for CASPER when we are already down well over 90%. Now, looking at a few other key levels, let's plot some of these wicks. So we can see right there, right around 5 cents, and another wick right there. And as you can see, that is a pretty clear level, just going all the way across. So I just threw a few points of key levels right here, and you guys can map out a bunch of zones. Safe to say there is plenty of resistance above. We have yet to be listed on any tier 1 exchanges, so that would also be nice. And just to cover this again, Gemini a while back, they did a blog on API 3, and shortly after they listed API 3. And Gemini has also done a blog on CASPER, but they have yet to list it. Now, CASPER is available on a bunch of these smaller exchanges, but not anything crazy for large sums of trading volume like Binance, Coinbase, FTX, Kraken. That'll be nice when we get some additional listings. And I also wanted to point out, using the same level that we've been discussing for the past couple months for CASPER, for Algo, for QNT, remember that QNT, using that March-April high to the low, has thus far reached a 786 Fibonacci retracement. And here's the QNT price chart from the high, March-April high, to the low, reaching a 786. We also have XRP finally taking off. Notice we previously rejected that 200-day moving average, this red line, and we finally got that pop, and notice that XRP has reached a 382 Fibonacci retracement up to this level. And now going back to previous wicks, as you can see, obeying this entire zone right there. And I can get rid of the fib retracement so you can see it a bit more clearly, as you can see. And as we can see, this previous wick right there, that little double bottom, we also hit that right to perfection. So now going back to CASPER, I'm just scratching my head. We have yet to do any type of pump. We're just going sideways. Maybe there's going to be some type of catalyst. I really hope Bitcoin does not create another low price. I am just betting on a huge retracement for the crypto market. I think the majority of people are just way too bearish right now. I think that over a year of this crazy downtrend has gotten to a lot of people, and I think that a lot of people are just giving up on crypto, just like we saw in March 2020. My biggest regret during March 2020 was watching Ethereum go all the way down to like $90 and not having as much money as I wanted to. And as we know, within just a couple years, Ethereum went from $90 to over $4,000, which is an insane ROI. Now looking at CASPER, I mean, we can see right there that 382, that's exactly where XRP hit, right on that zone. We know that XRP also hit that 200-day moving average. And also right up here at the 382, we have DAG that did this, we had Ethereum, we had API 3 exactly, and we had Curve. And some of them reached that level and then come right back down. We can also see some previous wicks right there. I mean, we just have a bunch of confluences at that 382 Fibonacci retracement using that March-April high. And remember, the XRP price chart did the same thing on this 200 daily moving average, this red line, as you can see right there. So looking at the CASPER price chart here, I am just surprised we've yet to get any type of pop. And let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that a project this early should not have an inflation rate before they actually develop real utility at scale? Now, one other thing I'd like to show you on the CASPER Bitcoin chart, let's turn off these MAs. This is CASPER versus Bitcoin, and as we can see, we are just sitting and consolidating at this lower level, and I like looking at different order blocks and really big key levels, even as high as the monthly time frame, just doing a top-down analysis. I really want to pay attention to this level right there. Shout out to Mr. Level Up, and as we can see, from that level up to that order block, right at the monthly open, that is roughly a 463% increase. So you take that plus the initial investment, and that is over a 5x return to get up to that level, if we were to close that gap. And looking at CASPER versus Tether and looking at maybe a similar 400 to 500% move, just like we shared, that would take us up to these levels. And this is what I want to emphasize. I think this is a key level. Anywhere from 15 to 20 cents, this entire zone in the future is a huge point of interest for me. And as we can see, we have this wick all the way right there too. So none of us know how long this could take to break through, but just remember this going forward. Even if you never look at CASPER again, if you see that CASPER in the future does in fact take out these highs, breaking through 23 cents, closing candles above it, I would definitely take another look at CASPER. But right now we have plenty of resistance. We have to get through this 5-cent wick. We have to get through this 7-cent zone. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just another key level, just like 3 cents right there, which is serving as resistance. And we can work our way through. And you know that assets or other layer ones like Solana, which is a huge VC token in my opinion, has done over a 500x return since May 2020. So just about 2 years doing a 500x. But also know the market cap and the tokenomics are completely different. Now, I tweeted this the other day going over Scott Walker's analogy, and remember, that is just his opinion. Every single person at CASPER, the co-founders, they all have different opinions on the matter. But I also believe, just like Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, the huge crypto exchange, that the future will be multi-chain. There will be more than one layer 1 providing utility. And during the all-time high, ETH's market cap was en route to a $600 billion valuation, and the total market cap of all of crypto was $3 trillion. Now, my entire thesis is that crypto is going to grow. If it doesn't, all of this is wrong. So this is not financial advice, but I personally believe that the total crypto market cap can reach 6 to 8 trillion, 10 trillion plus over the coming decade. And if that were to take place, especially with Ethereum being deflationary now, it could easily have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. And in terms of finding the greatest ROI potential, looking for those huge life-changing returns, I don't think it'll be ETH. If you were in ETH at $10 to $20, absolutely. But there will be other layer 1s. So I'm looking at a lot of layer 1s that are under a $200 million market cap, such as CASPER, and CASPER is not the only one, and I don't think CASPER will be the only one. And if those alts grew to a $20 billion market cap, such as AVAX around a $19 billion market cap, that is a 100x return right there. Cadena is another one I'm watching as well, especially since it's down so much. And it's also funny to see Vitalik mocking CASPER to some degree, as we know that Ethereum is still going to be years behind CASPER. What CASPER, the blockchain, is doing today has NDAs with Fortune 500 companies, some of the biggest insurance companies, telecom giants, and governments, along with IBM's partnership and now the Hyperledger Foundation. So it's funny to see Vitalik actually mocking CASPER right here, a logo for the CASPER consensus algorithm. So I retweeted, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. And last but not least, just a few other things. I tweeted this on September 16th, just talking about CASPER, 92 employees, if not more, over 140 projects, exchanges, partners, and Web3 applications. We also have additional partnerships in the world of finance, like Nucleus Finance. This is something that I'm really looking forward to keep tabs on, along with Robot Cash in the gaming space. Now, CASPER's NFT standard, the CEP78 standard, remember that these NFTs can be upgradable, aka mutable. And the thing about CASPER's blockchain is it's their goal to bring millions of new developers to the crypto ecosystem. A lot of new developers don't actually come to crypto because they're forced to learn new programming languages. With CASPER, they have WebAssembly with smart contracts. You don't have to learn any new language. This is going to allow millions of developers to come and build on CASPER. Whether CASPER is merely a testnet for Ethereum, or if it becomes its own giant independent layer 1, the possibilities are endless. Fortune 500, some of the largest banks as well, and they're building their own virtual machine. They're doing it from the ground up. This is not a cash grab. There is so much back-end work that is required from this. This is a very ambitious goal. And there is risk in everything you do, but there is also tremendous upside with success. We have CASPER 2.0 coming out. We have another CASPER wallet on the way, which I'm super excited for. We also have the Zug protocol. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Highway, and it is one of the only blockchains today that enables upgradable smart contracts after they're deployed. Everything on CASPER is a contract with properties of accounts, including the ability to pay for transactions and have smart contracts pay for themselves. We have WASM. Security is top of mind for this network, and if you are delegating your tokens to earn staking rewards and the validator goes down, guess what? There is no risk because you're always able to recuperate your CASPER. I like that. And there's also no slashing. I stake some crypto on other protocols, and I'm always worried about slashing and like losing a good sum of money, and that is not my concern with CASPER. We have weighted keys, so you can actually delegate different roles and permissions. And understand that CASPER, the entire association, the entire entity, they are forward thinkers. They are first movers as well. They understand the needs of enterprises. Some enterprises want to have hybrid blockchain solutions. Some want entirely private networks and permissioned access. And then others want open and permissionless access. They have real funding and real investors, and they have live use cases that you can read more about on Casper's website, reading their blog at casper.network. And they're also not on any tier 1 exchanges yet, so it's not easy for everybody to get it. And if you want to get Casper, that is linked right in my YouTube video description, right in my link tree. So just click my link tree and you can see where Casper is available. And they've been transparent since the beginning. There's a lot of projects that won't even answer my questions. And Casper, they've always answered my questions, at least when they have time, and I really appreciate that. And once again, this is not a sponsored video. I hold Casper. Of course, I'm incentivized and excited for the future when they are partnered with actual world governments and huge entities such as this. I hold XRP, I hold Algo, I hold HBAR, I even hold ETH. I just wanted to point out a few things on why I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you learned anything, be sure to like and sub. Hopefully this video is not too long, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate hitting the like button and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, my link tree is linked right in the top of this YouTube video description with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.